God created human souls out of the Creator's own being, from the infinite prime Creator's own essence. Each soul is a projection of God. Each little bit of code is from the mastermind of the divine grid programmer. In the same way, we are projections of God, fractals of Source, in the same way that our thoughts and images are projections of our mind. Although each of us, each soul has its individuality, all souls are of one spirit. Each soul reflects the whole of creation. Each soul is a miniature universe, a model of the larger universe. Our soul, our essence of God, our God particle, our fractal of Source, is similar to a drop of water from the ocean. And this drop of water is a miniature ocean with all the ingredients of that ocean within each person. So each of us is a miniature model of the universe. And that's a restatement. Ancient mystical teachings describe that in varying beautiful descriptions, but it's also becoming a theme in quantum science. Essentially, quantum science states the same thing, that there's a term, holonomic, term based upon the properties of the laser hologram. And it's also that holonomic thinking has become a way of thinking about the unity of life. If you look into laser holography, these unity concepts concerning oneness, it all ties together. That all this is if you're not so philosophically or mythical or religious or spiritually minded or inclined, look into this new holonomic or laser holography, because it's one small bit of the entire affair. It's all like you take a holographic plate, and if you're having a issue grasping this whole unity concept from purely spiritual or religious terms, but when you aim a laser beam at a holographic plate, the beam bounces off the plate and projects a three-dimensional picture into space. And you can have the image before you and walk around it and look at it from all sides. It appears solid and real. The holonomic property of the holograph becomes evident when you take the plate and break it into many small pieces. Even the smallest piece will still recreate the entire three-dimensional pictures in space. Every tiny piece of the holographic plate contains the entire picture. So a soul, our God particle, is a piece of the complete holograph of creation. We call creation or God. Each soul has knowledge of the whole. That's why if you think about people who are psychic, that their intuition comes from their soul, but it's basically drawing from a universal knowledge that they're connected into. The soul psychically connects with the superconscious mind of all, the unity consciousness. So it's, in a way, when people talk about their guardian angel, but that guardian angel is the part of us that hasn't forgotten our oneness with God and knows of no separation from God. And that's what that divine intuition comes from. So that part of your subconscious, superconscious, unconscious, however you like to describe it, your right brain versus your left brain, your ego consciousness, that's all the computer part of our brain that's overly stimulated in this day and age where, you know, everything's facts and we're trying to figure it all out through facts. Well, no, your right creative brain, your subconscious is the part when it's perfectly fused, harmonized with your computer part of the brain, and all of it then becomes connected to source. That is essentially how your intuition operates. It's your guardian angel, if you want to look at it like that. But that part of you, that still small voice that prompts you, urges you, but if you listen to it more than the chaos of the left brain, of the fact gathering little computer cruncher part of the brain, that connects you to your divine intuition and thus to intelligent infinity.
Namaste. Namaskaram.